Hi, everybody. It's Georgia Rose from Zencuda. Thank you so much for being here with me today. It must be Monday at 7 o'clock because here I am in the studio. I'm doing about a million different things. Mars is still in Gemini, where it will remain until March. So I'm going to be a little bit like all over the place. I'm actually in the process right now of emailing some pictures to Bobby, my producer. Nothing like wait until the last darn minute because I want him to use these tonight. So we're going to do that and take a minute to do that. I'm glad you all joined me because I really want to. Not getting on here. Whoops. Oh, I think I might have a phone call. Do I? Oh, I'm bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. So I have a couple of announcements to make before I do anything else. I want to thank everyone that came on Saturday to our meditation at Bayard Cutting Arboretum. We had such a great time. And then afterwards, we went to Al in the Sacred Stone. It was awesome and really loved doing that. Also, I wanted to announce that this Thursday, I have a Reiki event I'm doing for Babylon Breast Cancer Coalition. So if anybody wants some Reiki, give a call, PM me, and I'll let you know. It's Thursday at 6:30 if you're local to the Long Island area. It's a free service for all breast cancer survivors, patients, and caregivers. And then last but not least, I am actually chairing an event, a charity event for Babylon Breast Cancer Coalition for gynecological and breast cancer on November 2nd. It's going to be locally at the Piermont in Babylon. Tickets are on sale. You can look on my Facebook page. I'm going to be putting that announcement up in a little while. And it is actually to honor our local supervisor, Rich Schaefer, and we're going to have all kinds of entertainment and DJs and some raffles. So if you want to do that, come on over and get your ticket for that. It's going to be a great night for networking, all kinds of stuff. So now I am going to hop on over to Facebook and I'm going to make sure that I'm sharing the show from Strong Island. And I hope that all of you who are watching out there maybe share the show. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to just come in and get yourselves settled. Grab something to eat, something to drink. You can listen if you don't want to watch. Soul Space is going to be with you for the next hour. So hopefully you'll all take a deep breath, join me, and you don't have any place else to be, nothing else to do, but just be here in the Soul Space with myself and all the other members of the Zencuda community. So I am going to share this now and did that to my page, share it to a couple other pages that I need to do. And where am I here? Share it on here, live now. Going to do that. And then I'm going to go over to the comments and see who else is pouring into the show tonight. So I was trying to think of something to call all of my Zencuda friends and associates and community. And I was going to call us Zencuda Dudas. But then I was like, that really doesn't sound so good. It's kind of like, I don't know, I guess generic, but, or what's the word they say when something's not masculine or feminine? It's, can't think of the word. You guys will put in the comments and remind me. So I'm still sharing the show. So give me a few minutes, guys. I'm going to do this to a couple of places, and then we'll get going. All right. Okay. So what's going on with the stars, with the energy? Call in and tell me how you've been feeling this week. Who have I got on? I've got Nicole. Welcome, Nicole. I got Sarah, Janine, Ann, a couple of other people pouring in. Pretty soon you'll all be in. So we've got some energy coming in because the sun is going into Libra. The sun's changing where it goes this week. That happens on the 23rd, 22nd, 23rd. It's also going to be the first day of autumn. So we've got the autumn equinox coming in, which changes the seasons. So we've got the sun changing energy. We've got the seasons changing energy. And then we've got a couple of other things with the Libra new moon that's coming in on Saturday, the 25th, or that's Sunday, the 25th. I'm sorry about that. So I'm going to go into the astrology, going to talk a little bit about that. And then we're going to talk a little bit about what's been kind of going on just energetically, even not even just with the planets. And then I'm going to do some card pulls and things for you. So if you want a card pull, definitely stay on with me for the next hour and we'll get to you. All right. And again, if you want to, please share the show. So I have some notes on the astrology. I'm going to go to do that first. Ta-da! All right. So what's going on? Okay. Well, the sun's entering Libra. That is actually on the 20th. That's tomorrow. Ooh, that's going to come fast. So what happens when the sun enters Libra for all you Libras out there? Well, let me start by talking about what is the life lesson for Librans. I'm actually a Libra sun myself, so this is a good subject for me. And anyone else, if you have Libra moon, sun, or rising. So everyone knows that the sign for Libra is the scales of justice. So everyone's always like, oh, Libra's all about balance. It's all about learning how to balance things and things like that. But that's only part of the picture. Libra is all about relationships, and relationships about, well, not just to people, mostly to people, but it could be any kind of relationship. Doesn't have to be romantic. Could be familial, could be a friendship, could be a business partnership. That's what Libra really rules, is relationship. But the most important relationship that Libra rules is the one we have with ourselves. So a lot of times when you're a Libra, you try to balance your life or find balance through through others. And we feel most balanced when we're partnered, when we're in a relationship. But unlike Virgo, the sign that's the sun is coming out of, Virgo is about how we relate to everything. It's our relationship with the world and how we do that based on detail. Libra is our relationship in order to be balanced. And we all know that when you seek that in another, you actually sometimes become pretty unbalanced in yourself. So the lesson of Libra, and Librans especially, is that we want to find places within ourselves where we find our own balance and then bring that out to relationship with other and other things. A lot of times the mistake of Librans and anyone who has a strong Libra in their chart is that they do constantly try to pair. They like to partner. Libras love to be around people. They love beautiful things. They're sometimes very artistic, and they'll try and have the expression or release of that through a partnership. They hate being alone. It's against their nature. But doing that really isn't what really the universe wants Libra to do. Doing that is actually the opposite of what the universe wants Libra to do. The universe wants Librans, and when we're in Libra energy like we are with the sun here, and also Mercury in Libra right now, retrograde, a lot of Libra energy. When we have so much Libra energy, what the universe really wants us to do is be in relationship to ourselves. Go inward. You're going to feel that coming in this week, especially as we have this new moon in Libra, more Libra energy. So it's going to almost be like, I want to kind of tick down. I want to slow down. I want to be a little introspective and think about what I really want. If you remember last week's show, or if you missed it, you can play it back on YouTube, or even ask Alexa, play The Soul Space with Georgia Rose, and she'll play last week's show. Last week in the show, I talked about how relationship and being in relationship to yourself. And in order to do that, sometimes we have to take quiet listening and times for quiet listening. And that's going to be amplified again in this energy as the sun goes into Libra. We have a new moon in Libra. We have other planets in Libra. It's really all about taking that time to be in quiet, introspection, retrospection. We have a lot of planets retrograde right now. But it's all about taking that time to quietly listen to ourselves and find out what we really have to do to balance our relationship with ourselves and with the world. We can't do that if we're out of balance. If we seek balance in another, but we're not balanced, it's not going to go so good. It's going to be an imbalance. It's going to find a relationship where maybe you're over-dependent or someone's too dependent on you. So we also have a lot of planets in retrograde now, and I'm looking for my picture of those to just reference because I have to. We don't have to put it up, Bobby. I'm just going to reference to it. So we have a lot of planets in retrograde now. And when planets are retrograde, they're actually amplified because when a planet is retrograde, it's closer to the Earth, and the aspect of that planet actually becomes more amplified. For instance, I'm going to read out to you guys all the planets that are in retrograde right now and how long they're going to be in retrograde. And if you have oh, Bob, put it up. That's great. You can take a screenshot of this if you want, or if you have a camera handy and you're watching and not just listening, you can just click and then you'll have this all in your phone for yourself. And I'm going to describe to you exactly what some of these retrogrades mean. So Saturn is the planet of our limitations. Saturn brings out our limits in order for us to recognize them so that we can overcome them. I talked a little bit about this in last week's podcast about how Saturn's coming in right now and kind of being in Aquarius in the place it's in a few months, Pluto is going to go there. And that means that right now, Saturn in that place in Aquarius, wherever Aquarius is in your chart, is showing us where our limitation is. It's amplifying where we're not taking responsibility for something. Maybe that's your finances or your health or a relationship or your career. But wherever you're not taking responsibility in the chart, Saturn is showing you those limitations by tweaking that, by making it be amplified, by making it come to the surface. And it's retrograde, it does that more so. It's preparing us for that time when Pluto goes into that exact point in your chart. Because when Pluto goes there after Saturn, if there's anything you haven't stepped up and taken responsibility for, Pluto's going to blow it apart. So Saturn is in Aquarius retrograde until October 24th. So we have a little bit of time where these limitations are really going to be in play and really come up. The next planet that's in retrograde is Neptune. Neptune is the planet of our dreams, our fantasies, our wishes. So a lot of times when Neptune is retrograde, we'll be very heightened in dreamland, we'll be dreaming a lot, or our meditations will be very, very deepened. So wherever Pisces in your chart, you may also have a little bit of fantasy going on. Maybe you're not seeing things clearly. There's some static. Maybe it's in your fourth house, which would be your home. Maybe it's in your seventh house, which is relationships. So while Neptune is retrograde, that static is going to grow further staticky, further dense. Neptune is also the planet of connection. That's why our fantasies become a little bit deeper, our meditations become deeper. Maybe your psychic readings are becoming deeper if that's what you do, or your healings, because when Neptune is retrograde, the planet is amplified. In Pisces, it's all about connection. It's about divinity. It's about connecting with the things that really bring our soul to a higher level. So we've got Saturn in Aquarius retrograde showing us our limitations. And we've got Neptune in Pisces showing us our connections, where we maybe wear rose-colored glasses or don't really see things clearly. So you see a pattern here? So some limitations are being brought up because maybe we haven't seen things so clearly. So Neptune's going to heighten them. And then we have Jupiter in Aries. And Jupiter in Aries is an energy where Jupiter just expands everything it touches. And in Aries, it is our gas in the car. Aries is the ram. It wants to move forward. It comes in like a wrecking ball. So now Saturn's showing us our limitations. Jupiter's coming in like a wrecking ball. We just want to go, go, go. But Saturn says, no, 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 not so fast. And Neptune's saying, be a little quieter. Really, what are your fantasies? What are your ideals? What are you not seeing clearly, right? So you see how the planets work together? And then we have Uranus retrograde in Taurus. Uranus retrograde in Taurus, and remember this because we're going to talk about this a little bit in a little while. Uranus retrograde in Taurus is our lightning bolt awakening moments. So it's actually bringing us the clarity that Neptune is staticky about, which is a great thing because Neptune's bringing us the ability to connect, but Uranus is making things more clearer. It's the lightning bolt in the room that really shows us where to go, while Neptune makes us a little dreamy. In a little while, especially starting today, it comes heightened, we're going to have a square between Uranus and Saturn. Saturn is our limitations. Uranus is our awakening. We've been in this energy now since 2020, control versus freedom. Uranus wants us to be free. Saturn is controlling us, breaking down our structures. All the energy that we've been feeling these next 2 years becomes heightened again this week and up until the mid-October. Then we've got Mercury in retrograde in Libra. I talked a lot about this on last week's show. Mercury retrograde in Libra is going to bring ghosts from the past and relationships. Libra is that relationship energy, balancing things. So when Mercury retrogrades, it's going to bring all those past relationships, friendships, people you haven't talked to in years. It brings it in order to balance them, to show you where you have imbalance in relationship. And these ghosts come in giving you the information you need to see where you're limited in relationships. That's Saturn in retrograde, right, in Aquarius. Showing you where you can actually connect with those limitations to see how you can change and redirect the energy. Jupiter is amplifying those things, giving you the motivation in Aries. And Uranus is giving you those lightning bolt moments like, aha, now I know what happened in that relationship. Not because I want to go back there necessarily, but because I want my next relationship or the way I relate to be different. And if I balance myself in this way, Libra, Sun in Libra, then I will bring a much better energy to my next relationship. So you see how all the planets are working together right now and how we fear retrogrades, but we really shouldn't, because they're there so that we slow down whatever the energy is for that planet, get a do-over, a retrograde, a redo, and then we can do it better and make ourselves a higher level of what we are. And then finally, the last retrograde we have is Mars in Gemini, and that is until January 12th. And that's going to be with us for a few months. It's a very long Mars retrograde. We never have a Mars retrograde, or very rarely, I should say, this long in Gemini. Basically, what that means is you're probably going to do most things twice. If you've been working on a project or you've been working on something that you're kind of going to go back to the drawing board with, it's a good thing because you get to do it better than you thought it was going to be. So we get all these do-overs. So to recap, Saturn in Aquarius is retrograde till October 24th. Neptune in Pisces is retrograde till December 3rd. Jupiter in Aries is retrograde until November 23rd. Uranus in Taurus until January 22nd, 2023. Mercury in Libra is retrograde just until October 2nd. And Mars in Gemini is retrograde until January 12th, 2023. That's a lot of retrograde. It's following us all the way into the new year. Best advice I can give you is listen to what the universe is showing you. Listen to it. Observe it. You want to really go into these energies so that you know where the universe is directing you. The question you want to ask yourself very simply is, what is my soul trying to learn? Okay? So now I'm going to give you some little brief things about the new moon in Libra, September 25th. Happy birthday to my friends, Karen and Margaret. I know it's your birthday on the 25th, and you get a new moon on your birthday this year, which absolutely means that you're going to have a fabulous new year. It gives you an extra blessing. If we have new moons, it means new starts, fresh starts. And also that new moon in Libra is a great time to set intentions for being more balanced within yourself. And this is for everybody, balanced in relationships, balanced within yourself, and to be able to bring that balance forth in the world. There's a very, very powerful new moon for that. The new moon occurs in opposition to Jupiter. So we may be seeing some more of our limitations. It also is right in the middle of that Saturn-Uranus square that we have. So that could really activate a lot of that energy that I was talking about with freedom versus control. So you really want to, make sure that you're setting intentions in order for all these retrogrades, the beautiful energy of Jupiter, which expands things, the beautiful energy of Uranus, which is our awakener, the beautiful energy of Neptune and Pisces, which is our connection. Say a prayer to all of those beautiful planets, a prayer of intention to all of your guides, so that you set an intention with those planets working with you in this energy. The best time for setting intentions is either Saturday or the new moon comes in on Sunday, the 25th, and you don't want to set any intentions for that morning because the moon will be void of course. So you want to do Saturday evening. Friday is even a good day. But this is really going to be in play now until October 4th. So it's a very powerful new moon, and the energy really stays with us, especially that freedom versus control. So ask the planets, ask the energy, please show me where I'm supposed to go. Show me what my soul is trying to learn. Teach me my limitations and teach me the way to connect with the empowerment in order to turn them into empowerment. The things that take away your power, you want them to be empowering now. On the 26th, Sunday reaches the exact opposition to Jupiter at the same, the new moon comes in on the 25th is Saturday. So you don't want to set your intentions Saturday morning. You want to do them Friday early in the day, Friday towards afternoon, like late, early evening, not late evening. Mercury is conjunct Venus, which means they're together. This is all about relationships, people. This energy in the new moon is going to make you either want to go deeper into your relationships or you're done with them. It's like a breakdown or a breakup, breakthrough or a breakup. This is also very courageous energy for pioneers, mavericks. It's an energy of really wanting to break free. It's an energy of wanting to do a relationship different. You may have the breakthrough in a relationship you've been trying to do for a really long time. Also, with some aspects to Mercury now, be really careful of your words. I can't stress this enough. We've got some oppositions and some things happening in the transits coming up towards the end of this week and the weekend. Try and stay quiet as much as you can, because this is an energy where words are going to come flying out. People are going to say things they can't get back. In their enthusiasm, they can try to manipulate with words. They have to act out out a basis for it. It can be like that. So trust your instincts. If your instincts are telling you to stay home and avoid the party, this may be a really good weekend to do that. Okay. And the new moon comes into Libra at the very first degree, so it's around 2 to 3 degree of Libra. So if you have any planets there, you definitely want to, really work with this energy, because it's going to really create something for you. So I'm going to go back and see the comments. If you have any questions about the energy, please just put them in the comments or call the show. We have the number on the screen. It's 516-945-9089. You can call into the show anytime tonight while I'm on the air, and I can pull cards for you or do whatever you really need to do. Ask me questions. Hey, Carrie Ann. Hi, Judy. Hope you're doing good. Hi, Linda. So I know I went into these really long, wordy explanations about the new moon coming in and some of the transits. Basically, a lot of energy from the last 2 years is going to start repeating, especially with people coming back into our lives. We're going to be in this framework for about a month or so, maybe 3 weeks. Might have already happened with you. Someone's coming in or some situation's coming in. You are going to see things brought back into focus during the COVID time. Issues may come up to the surface again. It's also a time when a lot of truth is going to come out. A lot of things, like you'll even hear, I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow you hear in the news some truths about some things that have really been kind of like circulating for a long time. All those round robins we have, the war in Ukraine, the indictments of Donald Trump coming or whatever, things with Biden, things with the energy crisis, things with, the Queen, anything that's been a story in play for a while, COVID, other illnesses, anything that's vaccines, anything that's been a story for a while that's been going around and around. You're going to see it recycle and new information come out about those things. You'll also see a lot of endings in this energy for the next week or two. I really don't believe the Queen is the only dignitary or leader that we're going to see an ending come. I think those things are going to be a little bit amplified in this energy, and maybe even in our personal lives as well. So I'm going to go to my comments and see what everybody's asking. Hey, Aaron. Hey, Judy. Everybody's just saying hi. If anybody has any questions about the energy, just put them in the comments. Hi, Marianne Massano, Italian Chicks. If you haven't gone online and gotten tickets she's all over the place. She's been touring everywhere. I think she was in Pennsylvania a couple weeks ago. Great show. We actually had her on the show, and Bobby and her did the one-woman show, Ajita. It's great. I think you can still purchase it online. That's a great thing. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to send a shout-out for tonight is here at Strong Island. I don't know, Bobby, if you're on the mic or not. Bobby just started a new branch of Strong Island Studios. And, Bob, if you're out there in the booth, talk a little about your children's venture. I don't know if he's out there.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay.
Sound a little sexy tonight. I don't know. What are you doing out there?
It's the mystery of, the voice, not, where you can't see them really, so your imagination goes crazy. But yeah, we're just starting a kids entertainment network. I'm just basically applying everything that I've been doing for our Strong Island Entertainment Network. And I want to basically just start creating one for kids with just cool little children's shows, where kids can be kids and not have to be kind of slipped all this information that sometimes we don't want our kids knowing about. So it's just all good stuff, nothing to worry about. Our first show is going to be Captain Splash TV, which is
Love
Captain Splash, the
Look, there's Bobby
superhero
in the
swimming.
booth. He put himself on camera.
What's that?
You put yourself on camera.
Yeah.
Everybody was wondering what you look like.
So anybody out there who's got some content for children that they'd like to get out there, a lot of people, dabbling in stuff, working on it. If you have ideas or whatever, let me know. I'm looking to build the network, starting it off, and hopefully we can build it from there, just like we did our own network here.
Yeah, and I love it because like one of the reasons I started the Soul Space was because I want to give positive content, and there's so much content out there that we don't need to be seeing, really.
Yeah,
We need to
exactly.
So now we get to do it for children. So if anybody out there has any ideas, we are open for business.
Yep.
So thanks, Bob.
You got it.
And I have to say, Bobby's the best. I mean, you can't ask for better. So somebody call into the show. I'll give you a reading. Hey, Joanne, how are you doing? So I was going to say, also in this energy, like I was saying, I always call it ghosts from the past are going to come back. So the X's and O's come in a lot of times in this energy. And I have like a few readings scheduled this week, actually. I'm really booked right now. But if anybody wants a reading, I'm booking right now for beginning of October, end of October, squeezing some people in. But I always get during readings, people will call and they'll ask me about, well, my ex now is coming back into the picture. Maybe he's my soulmate and it's really supposed to work out. And I always say a lot of times the universe brings an ex back into our picture, not so much so that it can work out and we can be like all, repeating the same cycle, but it'll happen because it'll clear energy. Maybe it's someone that you hold a torch for and you're not moving on with your life, and the universe will actually bring it back so that you can clear that and be done with it and finally have that closure. Sometimes that happens. Other times it can be a reconciliation. But I have to say that more times than not, when I see that recycling of energy, it's usually about us, not about the relationship. It's usually about something we need to clear or something we need to understand that the universe or God or whoever you believe in wants to bring forward for you so that your next relationship is really better. Because one of the things that I feel is that we block things because we keep thinking of the past. And what happens is we block all the opportunity that can come into us in a new way. So I always say, make sure, people ask me about relationship advice or whatever from their cards or from their zodiac, astrology. And I always say, you've got to clear out the old energy, because even if you think it's cleared out, if it's really not, and you're thinking about that person secretly, or you're, thinking about them at night before you fall asleep, or you have possessions of theirs that you just love to have around you. When you meet someone new, I don't care if you're, in church or sitting on a bar stool or riding the bus or wherever. When someone new comes into your energy field, even if they're not, psychically open or energetically, they feel that other person there. They can feel when your energy is closed to a relationship, even if you're not aware. So it's really important for us to have those closures on relationships that we have in our life before we go into a new one. A lot of times we all have these serial daters in our life. And I always say spiritually, that's like monkey branching. You're going from one branch to another like a monkey does. And what happens is you're bringing all this energy and all this karma from all of your past partners to the relationship you're currently in. And then you wonder why it doesn't work. Oh, this person was so great. This person was so wonderful. But you've got all this karma from all these past relationships with you that's in some way energetically that person is feeling and responding to. And that's why we stay in the same patterns. So I just wanted to say that, because a lot of times in this retrograde type energy, when we recycle, people will think it's because I'm meant to be with this person. And look really closely at that, especially when we have Neptune retrograde also, because Neptune is those rose-colored glasses that, we never really see clearly. So Lori G is asking me if there's any relationship in her future. I'm going to pull some cards for Lori. And if anybody is out there and you want to have a question for me, I will see what I can glean from some cards. Deb Collins is on. Oh, okay. I'm going to find that out too. Let me go to Lori first. Don't want to mingle my energy. So Lori, her birthday is November 29th. That's a good date. Good date. All right. So I'm going to tell you that right now the nodes of fate are on your signs. All right. So, Lori, you actually are having a year where you're supposed to really find some new things that you're doing. So I wouldn't be surprised if you have a new relationship that does come in right around the time of your birthday, give or take a week or so. Because that's really when the fated things are in your chart are really going to be highlighted. So let me see what I'm getting here. Yeah, I feel like you're coming off a relationship that was a little bit combative. I'm also feeling like maybe that was an issue with family. I don't know why that just jumped in on me. that maybe some family conflicts. I don't know if that was about a relationship or you have a conflict with family just being in a relationship, if they're strict or something or judgmental. I don't know. But that just jumped into my mindset when I came in. Yeah, I see heartbreak from the past here. Like there was a lot of conflict. Like this was something that was, kind of brutal for you. Not maybe in the physical sense, but really a lot of heartbreak. But it's past. You're really kind of getting ready now for something new. But I definitely feel that there was a situation that somehow family was involved. So I have the Page of Pentacles, but he's upside down. So when I don't know if we can get a camera on the table, Bob. So when I have the Page of Pentacles, but it's reversed for me, that's a message coming through electronically. It's really about, hearing something or maybe meeting someone online or through a social media, but it hasn't happened yet. So I feel like this, and you're going to see it in reverse on the camera because I'm reading this way and you guys are seeing the cards this way. So for me, this hasn't happened yet. I feel like this is in the past, your heartache, a lot of battles, family, friends around you. Everybody was getting in the mix, like too many spoons in the pot stirring it. I'm going to just read what you wrote here. That's Sarah. I'll get to that in a minute. So feeling family involved, a lot of things involved with past relationships, but I do feel someone coming in for you. But again, it hasn't happened yet. And I'm definitely fall. Around the time of your birthday, I'm feeling like something comes in. Maybe you go out to celebrate. A lot of grief from that past relationship. Wow, huh? And you have insight about it now, though. You're reconciling it, but keep doing that work with the past because that's going to lead you to the future. You still have some clearing to do, but there's definitely somebody coming in for you. I definitely feel it's around that Thanksgiving time. Maybe you go out or just celebrate your birthday and meet somebody, or maybe just through another person, maybe a celebration if you go to a mass or church or ritual. Definitely feel like you have to do more balancing. I'm going to put this here. Definitely have more balancing to do. I'm getting the Temperance card, and it's around your grief. High Priestess, you know what you have to do. And there's some balancing and some releasing you need to do there. Because I'm having this whole area is all the past, I feel like, and I'm just reading this psychically. And then I've got this over here. Knight of Cups comes in. Really loving, soft-hearted man, or it could be woman. I don't see female or male in my cards anymore. It's because of the energy in the collective. So definitely a love interest coming in for you, but it's Knight of Cups, which means this is a very heartfelt person. It's a feeling person. It's someone who's really highly intuitive and likes to talk about feelings, but is very traditional. He's also a strong person, traditional, or him or her. And I feel like you definitely get this message through some kind of media. Like maybe you meet them out and about, but then they friend you on social media. Definitely got somebody coming in for you end of November into December, but that like autumn, fallish, Thanksgiving time. So keep the faith, but you definitely have to release and clean the energy around you. Go get some Reiki, sweep your porch clean. That's definitely what you need to do. I'm going to go back to, I'm going to go in order. Deb Collins, I'm going to go to you. What happened to boyfriend? Okay. Now, Deb, if you're watching and you can comment, even though I have a delay, when you ask me what happened to boyfriend, I need you to tell me because it's not clear to me. Let me just take a moment. It's so weird because when you said what happened to boyfriend, the first thing I got was like a missing energy. Not like you're missing him, but like he's missing energy. But now I can't decipher whether he's on the other side or not, which is very unusual for me because usually I get the energy right away. So if you're in the comments, if you can just tell me if the person you're inquiring about is here on the other side. Maybe he's on the other side but was missing. I don't know what that's about. All right, let me see. You're welcome, Lori. So I'm going to start pulling some cards for Deborah to see what I get for her. All right. It could be this person ghosted you, or it could be that they're literally missing. I don't know why. I just feel that energy very strongly. Okay, I'm going to pull cards and see what they say. Okay, yeah, something's really out of balance here. it's like you're in a suspended animation. Like you're asking me, and you've been in this really, I can feel your heart chakra. It's like you're really like in a quandary, like you just really don't know. And you're asking me like what happened. It's sort of like like a what the heck happened? Oh, he passed away suddenly at 55. Now I have to ask you, was like, because I'm getting a feeling of him literally being missing, or like the feeling you would get if all of a sudden you haven't heard from someone in a couple of days. So was there a situation where like he passed away and maybe he was somewhere where no one knew, or did it just, because that's what I'm feeling, strangely enough. I don't know why, but I'm feeling that way. I definitely am getting heart chakra, like something to do with heart. And I'm not getting like pain or surge like I usually get with a heart attack. I'm actually getting like it was just time, like almost like just passing over. Yeah, because now I'm starting to feel like him on the other side. But I feel like this was, I feel like he's still, like he's not really on the other side deeply. Like he's very earthbound and not in a bad way. Like he has work to do, almost like, I hate to say angel because people don't become angels, but it's very protective energy. Like he's watching over people here, almost like he's not ready to fully go yet. So maybe because this has happened recently, that's what I'm kind of getting. When I go to the cards, I'm feeling like one of the things that you have to do and that he wants you to do is stop questioning. It was just his time. It was supposed to happen. Knowing the exact thing that happened and knowing the exact cause of death is not going to change anything in your life. You're grasping onto that. It's distracting you from really going into the grief that you need to go into. This is a very heavy, heavy loss, but don't be so hooked into what the reason physically is. It's not going to change anything. It was time. It was supposed to absolutely happen the way it is. I feel like he actually is doing, I feel like he took care of a lot of people when he was here. He was like a booster of morale. He was someone who like kind of held people together a little bit, and certainly a supporter of you. But I feel like now he's even more so if you open yourself to allowing it, because he's bringing some really beautiful energy of divinity into those things. I know that you feel like everything is just falling away, like you're losing things. But I will tell you that you need to see your abundance and your resources, because, yeah, less than 3 weeks ago, that's why I'm not feeling him really deeply on the other side. I'm feeling that you, and I know this is going to sound trite and cliche, but you have to go into the gratitude of anything that you have now that's a resource for you, the people around you, things that make you feel just that little bit of happiness. You're going to get a communication from him, signs, very profoundly, things you can't deny. You may not hear him or see him, but you will get signs. You said he was 55 when he passed away, I think. You're going to see signs of like 555 around. Sending love. He's definitely sending love, hugs. For some reason, he's like showing me something around the neck. I don't know if that is something that he gave you to wear, or if you're wearing something of his, or if it's something he used to wear that you now have, but he's showing me something around the neck. It's not coming in clearly. But I want to tell you, come off, release that need to know exactly what happened and go into the now. What's really happening now. This was supposed to happen. It happened the way it should have. I also feel like you have a little bit of energy around you of thinking that you wish you were there. Maybe you could have done something, or the time period right before this happened, you wish you had done something a little bit differently. Maybe there was a change of a plan or something like that. Let that go, release it. Again, that's a distraction from going into the fact now that you have someone who loved you on this earth that is now on the other side, and the love that he has for you from the other side is even more deep than the love that you felt on this earth plane. So please take that with you, and if you can, like if there's anything to do with the neck, to show me. Yeah, I'm getting that feeling that you were together a long time. I feel like, and I know he's not physically on the earth with you, But there are times when if you're quiet and talk to him, you will feel him. You will feel the loss of him not physically being here, of course, and we're all going to send you some love, send some hearts up, everybody. But at the same time, if you can understand and have gratitude for the relationship that you had for the length of time you had it, and be in that place of, I was so lucky to have this person in my life, and keep on that and keep on that. I do believe you're going to get some communications, Deborah, and I know this happened suddenly. The communications are there, but you're a little blocked from them because it's new and you're in a lot of grief, which is understandable. But the communications, the signs are going to come. So sweatshirt, jacket, and your cat sleep on it. Well, that's cute. That actually makes me feel very warm-hearted. But everyone's sending you hearts and love, and allow yourself to receive that. Because sometimes when we're in grief and we lose a loved one, and believe me, I've lost a lot of people in my life, it's very devastating. But sometimes what happens when we're in grief is we shut down and we don't allow ourselves to receive love. Allow yourself to receive love. Please open your heart and receive everything that everyone in the Zenkuda community is sending you right now, because love will get you through and you'll be grateful for that. And that gratitude is the antidote to the grief. So give yourself time, take things slowly. He's still showing me something around the neck. I don't know if it's a necklace or something that you're going to find of his that will go around your neck, or vice versa. I don't know, but he's showing me that. So please take that with you. And if you have any other questions or anything else that you need, please feel free to PM me, or, book a reading with me, whatever you need. But he's definitely around you. Also, I'm getting a name for you. I don't know if it's his name, because my readings have been a little bit cloudy today because of all these retrogrades. It'll be better tomorrow when the sun goes into Libra. But I will tell you that I'm getting the name Tony, Anthony or Tony. So I don't know if that is a name around you or his name, but that's the name I'm getting. So take that with you, okay? Anne says she had one healing on her leg that was damaged last year. Reiki is ongoing. Anne is saying that she had a Reiki treatment for an injury to her leg or something issue with her leg. Reiki ongoing because it releases the energy. So sometimes we'll have Reiki and it will be better, something physical or even an emotional blockage. And, you may want to do it again. It will help. I do Reiki on, I have regular clients that I do Reiki on. I get Reiki on a regular basis for myself to clear a lot of heart energy. So you can definitely do that. Sarah also had a comment I just want to look at, and then I'll get to Carrie Ann in a minute. That's great. Sarah is talking about like how something ticked her off and she got a dose of negative energy, and how she was able, even though it bothered her a little bit, she was able not to absorb it like she would have done in the past. That's amazing. And I think for all of us out there who are empaths, or even just as we take the soul journey and our heart chakras and our chakras open, we actually start to absorb energy sometimes until we get really good at leaving it. And so a couple of tricks you can do if you are an absorber and you walk in a room and you're taking stuff on is, or you have an argument with someone or a conflict with someone, and then you've got that energy and you just can't shake it, is sometimes I will, if someone's giving something to me, they're shooting things at me, a disappointment or an insult or disparaging, I take the energy and in my mind I think of putting it in a ball and I just throw it back to them. Because it's not mine. It's not my energy. It's their energy. Someone, you have the sad sack in the office who always wants to complain. I just take all that energy and I just throw it back at them. I don't want it. I don't want to keep it. And I sense a little love with it. So you can do that and just find your own little trick that you do. Oftentimes just surrounding yourself in a bubble of light or something like that. But I love that you did that, because that is absolutely progress. And that's self-love. When we do that, it means that we love ourselves more, and in a way that's really healthy, so that we don't take on and we don't engage with the energy. We're not buying into it, Yeah, Reiki, keep doing it. If it's helping, keep doing it. You wear a heart necklace that he gave you. That's what I'm getting. So yeah, so that's his way of confirming for me that he really did come through. And take that with you. If I get anything else from him this evening, I will absolutely PM you. Want to go back to, going to pull a card for Joanne Papalardo. Let's just pull a couple of cards for her. I know her back was out. So everybody send some healing energy to Joanne and her back, and also Anne and her leg. We'll do that while we got everybody online. And Deborah, my deepest condolences. I know how hard that must be for you. But I also, and please don't take this the wrong way, but I also know sometimes when people leave us, they leave our life, do not take it as an abandonment. Take it as they had someplace else they were wanted. And he was obviously wanted on the other side, because I feel like he's going to help you and the family even more from that other side. So even though you are going through a period of mourning, please know that the universe is bringing you something really beautiful. So Joanne, I feel like you have a lot of energy coming in that's new. You've got a lot of opportunity that's going to come, a lot of things in the future, but it hasn't happened yet. So try and stay as positive as you can, because this energy is all about you using this Libra sun and the Libran energy this month to really balance. I'm also hearing in my right ear that they want you to go back to Mass if you haven't been going to Mass, and you're indecisive about something. If it's a major decision that you're trying to make, I would wait until January. I feel like more towards the new year is good for you. But there's things that really want to come in. Do a little work cleaning up some loose ends now before you let the new stuff come in. But they're showing me really clearly that they want you in church. So it could be any church. I don't know, whatever that is for you. But they're showing me that. Maybe you just went back recently. I don't know. I'm just looking at the comments. Wearing a heart necklace. Yep, got that. So Monica, I'm going to pull some cards for you. I'm trying to get to everybody because I know I have 8 minutes left. Monica, I'm going to pull a couple of cards for you as well. And please share the show. Tell everybody about the show. We're going to have some special guests on in the week to come. If you're in my area, please support my Babylon Breast Cancer Coalition for Gynecological and Breast Cancers on November 2nd. We're going to have a huge charity event at the Piermont in Babylon. We want you to come. And this Thursday night, I'm doing a free Reiki event. If you need to come to that, give me a call. Uh-oh, somebody's calling in. We only got a few minutes left. Hi, you're on the Soul Space. Hello, you're on the Soul Space.
Hi, Georgia, it's Aaron.
Hey, Aaron. I just need you to wait 1 second because this is for Monica.
Okay.
Monica, I see abundance coming from
worries.
you. I see the Ace of Pentacles, and I see Pentacles in the hand. So if you're working on something or you're thinking about doing something, I see financial getting better from that. So if you're thinking about, having a side hustle or something, moonlighting, do it. And I also feel like someone is also leaving your life or might recycle and leave again, someone that's extremely traditional. So you might have a ghost from the past coming in. So, hey, Aaron, how are you doing?
I'm okay.
I've only got a couple of minutes left, so I'm going to pull a couple of cards for you. Aaron pulled cards for himself the other day. We were messaging back and forth. So a couple of cards.
Yeah, I actually left your not so favorite place not too long ago.
Oh, really?
The dentist.
Oh.
Yeah, one of my crowns came out last night. I had to go to the dentist today, and I'm unfortunately going to need an implant.
Oh, no. Well, you know what? I guess it's just going to make you more brave. But I'd get a second opinion. But anyway, that's just me, because I always like with the dentist. So I have some good news for you, though, Aaron, because I just pulled 3 cards, and I've got the 2 of Cups, which you know what that means. That's like a soulmate relationship coming in, which is great. It is upside down for me, but I'm taking that as it hasn't happened yet, and it's going to happen because it's right next to the Page of Wands. So whoever's coming in for you is a fire sign.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's something in the relationship sector coming in. But then the card that really makes me happy is I got the 10 of Pentacles, which is all coin. So your financial...
I could use that.
Yeah. So financial is definitely improving for you. So if you're spending money at the dentist, it's going to be okay. All right. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know if family is a little conflicted right now, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Don't sound so enthusiastic. I don't know though. I feel like everything's about to improve for you. I think like you hit the lowest part, and you're going to come back up now. One of the things that I want to say to you is you got to get more rest for some reason. They're telling me to show you to get more rest.
Yeah.
So do you have a particular question?
Huh?
Particular question?
No, I mean, I guess I'm just so. I think the rest is kind of I definitely 100% need that, and I think that you are right with the. It's kind of like I really feel like this year was kind of like a recap or like a closure of a lot of things. Where I had to. It was kind of like I had to go back, and it's kind of like you're auditing the books or something.
Yeah, and when
you're going back and you're fixing things. But
when you said something, we were talking online, and you said about how you feel like sometimes you got to take a step back to move forward. And I thought about the arrow. You know, I always use the analogy of when you're aiming, you got to pull back on the arrow and the bow in order to really hit your target. And I think this year you've been redirected, and I think that's what it was all about. Because I'm feeling very strongly that especially like get through October. Things are gonna start to improve. But once you're through October, I feel like a lot of abundance comes in. Like November, Sagittarius, which is the arrow symbol. I feel like that's when things really start to really get smooth for you. So use this time to seal up all the loose ends.
Yeah. Okay, and then I kind of did start. Over the weekend, it's always career with me. I don't know why.
You have a lot of Aries energy. You want to go.
I kind of feel like, huh?
You have a lot of Aries in your chart, so you want to go. You're a builder.
Exactly. So I'm like, I need to. So that's really my main focus, and I didn't have a bad resume before, but I completely got it and redid my whole resume this weekend.
That's the way you want to use the energy. Redo to make it better.
And I literally applied for another job Sunday night. I had an email for an interview request this morning, like 8:00 this morning.
See, so
I was just kind of curious.
Yeah, so focus. Well, I got the 10 of Pentacles, which means that whatever, if they offer you something, it's going to be something good. Focus on those things. Don't focus on the tooth and the implant. Focus on the good things that are happening. I'm going to pull a soul card for you. Yeah, definitely focus on the good things that are happening, because I feel like there's more light coming for you. It's just it's like you're on the fringe of that happening. So please stay positive, Aaron. And I'm running out of time, so I'm going to actually say goodbye. But you can always PM me. But stay in the positive. I think something is definitely going to happen with the job, but I'm definitely seeing a relationship too. So keep your eye out for a fire sign person.
Okay.
All right.
That sounds good. All right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good night. Feel better.
Thank you.
Bye.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay, guys. So, thank you, Joanne. So I have to say that I know we get a lot of calls in for cards and things. I actually, if you guys could hop over and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Zenkuda, I would love you, because I'd love to be able midweek to do these also. And I can do them live on YouTube much easier than any place else. I really am trying to get off that Facebook platform. So if you can, before you hang up your computers, your phones, whatever you're on tonight, just hop over to Zenkuda on YouTube and subscribe. I need a certain number of subscribers to get everything. Hey, Suzanne. I got Suzanne on here. I got Joanne Odia, Joanne Papalarda. My two Joannes. I got a Joanne sandwich online here. I got Christine Patron. Love all of you guys. Thank you so much for supporting my work. I just posted something about how our friendships should really be supporting the things that are so special to us. And that's how our self-worth just gets amplified. So thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Please come back again next Monday in the Soul Space. You can also find me on Facebook on Georgia Rose Zenkuda. And you can also find me on Instagram on Zenkuda Official. And of course, hop over to YouTube. I have over 100 different videos. This show will get banked there if you want to watch it again, if there's anything you want to see. And there's also other videos about astrology and wisdom and all kinds of things. So thanks so much, everybody. I will see you next Monday right back here in the Soul Space. And if you want to repeat the show, you can always ask Alexa to replay it or any podcast platform. Thanks so much. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.